So you'd like to take that PDF, that workbook, that worksheet, that handout, and let your students interact with it without any special tools. The secret is to drop it in as a background on a Google Slide or in a Google Slideshow so your students can work with it in a tool that they're familiar with and turn it back into you with Google Classroom. In this video, I'll walk through the entire process step by step, start to finish. If you need to go slower or back up and take a look at it, hey, it's a video. You can do that. So here we go. I'm going to start by just making a blank slideshow. And we're going to customize the slideshow page setup. That's under File, oops, Page Setup. Let's try that again. File, Page Setup. There it is. And we'll customize that to fit, well, a piece of paper. That would be 8.5 inches, 8.5 by 11. We'll apply that. Notice the shape of the slide fits a piece of paper now. We want to get rid of all these titles. Quickest, easiest way to do that is to choose Layout, go down to Blank. Gives me a nice blank layout slide. And then we're going to go into Background, and we're going to choose the image that we want to put as the background on our slide. So to recap, so far we've used File, Page Setup to change it to 8.5 by 11. We've changed our layout to blank, and then we've chosen Background to choose Image. At this point, you might save the slides as templates so you can use those settings over and over and over again for future slideshows. You'll just make a copy each time you get ready to start a new one. Now, the screen capture process. Probably your best friend there is going to depend on what type of device you're using. If you're using your phone, a mobile device, you can just use the Google Drive app and basically take a picture. If you're on a Windows machine like mine, you can use the snipping tool. I'll show you that in a moment. If you're on a Chromebook, just use that Control-Shift-Switch window keyboard shortcut. That will let you capture a partial screenshot of the screen, and it saves it right to the internal memory of the Chromebook. If you're on a Mac, you probably already know that you've got the Shift-Command-4 partial screen capture tool that will also let you grab a capture or screenshot of whatever's on your screen. So here's the file I'd like to capture a screenshot of. I'll use my snipping tool. You can find that by just typing the word snip down here in your Cortana bar in Windows and choose New. The screen will go dark or dim. Just click and drag and make a box around the area that you want to capture. It'll pop that new capture into the snipping edit window and choose File, Save As, and save that. I'll call this Worksheet. Yes, I've already made a copy before. I saved it right into the Downloads folder on my computer. Now back over in my Google Slideshow, I'll choose Image, and I'll upload that. If you've already got the pictures in your Google Drive, you can get to them there as well. I'll just grab that image, open it up, and I'm done. That worksheet is now the background of this Google slide. I can repeat that process for as many pages as I need until I've got the slideshow built exactly like I'd like to push it out to my students. Then over in Google Classroom, I'll just create a new assignment. We'll call this worksheet. Give any instructions I like. The Google Slideshow, of course, is in my Google Drive. And there's my worksheet. And instead of giving it to them as view, which is the default, I'm going to make sure that I pick make a copy for each student. That's an important part of the process. So when the student gets that, they'll be able to work inside their own copy of the Google Slideshow before they turn it back into you. I'll show you what that looks like. Let's assign this. There it is. It's the worksheet. When a student opens up the assignment, instead of an attachment down here underneath where it would normally be, because you told it to make a copy for each of them, over here in the Your Work box, they're going to have the slideshow created for them already and named whatever name you gave it, and their name will also be right there in the name of the slideshow. They can use the basic tools like the zoom to zoom in on part of the slideshow if they like, text box tool to enter text. Opposite of 12 would be -12. Shapes, images, diagrams, all sorts of things right there on the worksheet. They'll get pretty creative with that. Mark the integer 2. There we go. There's a 2. Let's rotate that. 2. And copy it, paste another one, and +2. The student's finished, they simply close their work, which drops them right back into their Google assignment. Click Turn In, And now that Google slideshow with the students' additions comes right back to the teacher. Here's what it looks like on the teacher side. I see one student's turned in that work. Let's take a look. Well, he's off to a good start. Done a little bit of work, needs some help and feedback, which I can give to him before I return it back to him. There you go. That's the whole process, start to finish.